Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. My name is Arifi, and welcome to 1001 American Muslim Nights, where I talk about living our deen right here in the US of A. So, in 2008, I finally graduated, and I decided, like a crazy person, that I was going to go to the US and get a doctorate. I have never been in the US before as a visibly Muslim woman, and I was a little scared. You read a lot about crazy things happening in the news, but I knew that the US is a huge place. I was coming to a very diverse area. I figured people will probably be curious. People will probably be confused. In Lebanon, people were confused. I figured in the US, people would also be just kind of confused. They were, but what I did not expect, and what I had not encountered before, was the level of entitlement to my time that people felt that they had because I was now a visible minority. So the first time that this really impacted me, I was studying for this doctoral level neuroanatomy class in a cafe, and I was sitting there so focused, so attentive, so into my book, until I felt this tap on my shoulder. And I turned around and I saw this blonde woman just standing behind me. And she had crouched down, so she was kind of at my level. And as soon as I turned around, she was like, "I just had to ask, have you ever undergone female genital mutilation?" And I was so shocked and so horrified that instead of responding something, appropriate like an adult, I just sort of shrieked, "Oh my God! Did you just ask me about my lady parts?" But I did not say lady parts, ladies and gentlemen, because no, I am an incredibly classy lady, and I freaked out and said the actual technical, anatomically correct, grammatically correct, medically correct term, which is still culturally quite taboo and caused many heads to turn around and look at me. So after this point, I decided, okay, Arifi, you have got to get yourself prepared because you are going to go out in public. You are a white girl. You never had to deal with this before. You don't know how to deal with being a representation of an entire group of people. You have to come up with some answers just in case you run into more people who feel entitled to interrupt you and ask you questions about your body parts or your marital relations or anything else that's legitimately no one else's business. So the first thing I decided was, I'm not going to try and turn this into a joke. This is serious business. You're infringing on my time and my right. Anytime you say something really inappropriate, I'm going to respond with, "No, but thank you for sharing your bigotry with me today." That did not go well. People get really defensive when you call them out on their bigotry, even if it is a really bigoted thing to do. So what tended to happen, almost unfailingly, was people would be like, "I'm not a bigot. I voted for Barack Obama," which is great. That's great. But, he's not actually a secret Muslim, and even though he and I are both mixed, we have these really different experiences of being mixed, and the way we present as mixed is really different. So, still a bigot, and it's great that they were using Obama the way that a lot of people use their one black friend, but still wrong.
This DEEN TV video was made possible in part by Islamic Relief, working together for a better world, and by Guidance Residential, the #1 Islamic home financer in the U.S.